What up, Instagram and YouTube? It's your boy Salty Redcorn, and I'm back with another ill-prepared knife review video. Today, I want to talk about the Ferrum Forge Falcon. This knife was sent by Shieldarms. This isn't my first time around with this knife. I modified this knife about a year ago, maybe a little bit longer. And I asked him to send it back so I could do some changes. Now that I've been modding knives for a lot longer, there's some stuff that I want to change around, and I'm going to get to that. Hopefully, I'll be able to do some of that stuff tonight. And we'll talk about what I'm going to do here in a little bit. But let's talk about the knife first. It's a kind of a wild shape, right? It's wild in a good way, and it's also wild in an extremely ergonomic way. Ferrum Forge is so good at ergos. They are wizards. They're masters of ergonomics. And I love the design of this knife and the usefulness. It's definitely built to work. It's built to perform. And yeah, so we have kind of like a harpoon, drop pointy kind of blade shape here. It's a flat grind with a nice swedge on the top. We have this kind of harpoonish area, but it lends for a thumb ramp, and I'll show you how that works here soon. Deployment hole here, some very nice jimping up on the top. It's aggressive without being overly aggressive, and it works fantastically. Titanium scales. This is a titanium frame lock. The lockup is about 25%, and it has a lock bar insert, so plenty of life on this, and definitely some strength and rigidity with that lock bar insert as well. The hardware is very good condition on all Ferrum Forges. I've seen that they use very good hardware. I'm a stickler for hardware. If you watch my channel, you know that. I did kind of a blue ano with a torch on these about a year ago, and it came out pretty good. It's halfway decent. I did an entropic ano on the backspacer and also on the clip. All right, so kind of a random pattern entropic anodization where I will heat these parts up to glowing, and I will dip them in ferric chloride. So it gives a pretty cool and interesting, just kind of random patternization. I acid stonewashed the blade, and it still looks really good in my opinion. I gave it an edge, and it still looks fantastic in my opinion. This knife was really beat up when he got it. He got it secondhand. It was definitely used and abused. There was so many snail trails on it, and it was just really beat. There was a lot of wear on the blade, and so I figured all these mods were going to do nothing but help the appearance of the knife, and I still think that holds true today. Some of the stuff that I want to change about this knife is I did this blue. I would like to do blackened titanium for him, and I think it's going to add another level of just kind of appeal. It's going to darken this all up. I also think that I'm going to do a stone wash on the blackened look, so it's going to be kind of a uniform. He likes monochromatic stuff, so I think it's going to add a uniform look. Something else that I forgot to add is, it's going to be kind of hard for you guys to see, but if you can see the glints of the gold look in here, I actually stonewashed this blade with brass ammo casings to give just an extra sparkle. It's got some little gold flecks inside the stonewash itself, and it looks pretty cool. That was something that was neat at the time for me. So yeah, S35VN blade steel. S35VN was wildly popular when this knife came out, and it's still a fantastic blade steel. But the ergonomics on this are just really what sets it apart. It's got this wild kind of look, but it just melts into the hand. All right, big finger choils. I like Ferrum Forge because they do these large finger choils that actually fit my fingers. There's some other companies like Artisan that do the forward choil, but they don't get it quite big enough for my hand, and that's what I love about these Ferrum Forges. So the jimping feels good here in this position, and also even further stabilizing the bear down is this thumb ramp right here. This feels like an extension of my own hand. It feels very good. I think there's enough blade to really do some work. Great EDC knife. Definitely it's stout, right? It's got some thickness to it. It's very stout, and it's a strong knife. So I really like this design. This is a massdrop Ferrum Forge collaboration, and I don't know, I just love Ferrum Forge. You know, I don't have any in my collection. Oh, I'm sorry, I do. Shieldarms gave me a Ferrum Forge, and I absolutely love it. It's the Stinger. It's a very thin blade. I've done a comparison with the Bug Out. I'll show you guys that in another video, but I love Ferrum Forge knives. I love the Mordax. I love pretty much all their designs, basically because the ergos are just so fantastic on all their knives. Performance is big for me. If you watched the Tactical Everyday Dad live stream last night, and even the last live stream, I talked about how performance is #1 for me, form over function. I mean, function over form for me, right? I prefer the knife to function well rather than just be like a pretty knife. This does both, all right? There was some other, they came out with some other versions of this knife with the wings and stuff like that. Very, very cool pieces. And very thankful to Shieldarms for sending this to me. So yeah, I'm going to do some more mods to this. I'll show you guys the mods before I send it back to him. And Ferrum Forge Falcon. All right, so enough about that. Let's go over my EDC right now. Tie-dye shirt. This was given to me recently. I have this brass fish necklace. It was made in Israel in 1969. It's marked on the back. I think it's really cool. I like wearing it. Gift from a friend. Prophecy stone. I picked this up yesterday. This is a mixture of 4 different metallic elements that have combined together, and it looks like some sort of meteorite. There's a lot of meaning behind this stone. I'm not going to go over it right now, but I will in the future for you guys. But there's some good energy coming off this stone. That's in my pocket today. All right. Mammoth headgear, mountain trucker hat. I'm wearing the Richard Legrand Odyssey Mark II with a leather strap. I recently put this leather strap on. I think it looks great against the black, and I'm really liking that look. This is the Axial Gear pinch bar, titanium and Cerakote black. Olight i3T EOS in green. Awesome EDC flashlight. If you don't have an EDC flashlight, I highly recommend the i3T EOS. Axial Gear Shift, Warncliffe DLC. I think OTFs are great for EDC. I'm also carrying a backup folder, and it's my fully serrated Shaman in S30V with a deep carry clip. I think this knife's fantastic. I've made my argument about serrations in the past. I think that they're fantastic, right? They serve a purpose, and they serve a purpose for me. I also love the kind of aggressive look that it gives this knife. It's like a big pocket steak knife, right? I am carrying a fixed blade today. It is the Bark River Adventurer LMAX. It's very dirty because I was cutting a steak with it and I didn't kind of quite clean it off. But yes, Bark River Adventurer LMAX. Again, the forward finger choil comes into play here. Makes a small knife feel very big in hand. My firearm today, Taurus GC3 with an Olight Balder Mini. Fantastic EDC firearm. Taurus has really made some amazing strides. Their products are top notch these days, and I'm a big fan of the company at this point. Yeah, that's gonna do it for your boy today. All right, so if you like this kind of video, smash the like button and hit the subscribe button and tell your boy Salty Redcorn what you want to see. I'm gonna do my absolute best to make that happen. All right, I love all of you for watching and supporting me. Until next time, stay fresh, stay sharp. Peace out.